Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rob Day. Today, we're going to get you set for it. On today's topic, we're going to talk about what it's like living in the USA with Asians and Africans and Americans, Europeans, and other people living in the United States, like Pacific Islanders. Now, you might think it's all great and all having all of these groups of people together to find solutions to the modern humanity, mankind, society, economic problems that you might have. But in reality, the moment you figure out what you want to do in your whole situation in life, all these people will either figure out ways to manipulate your ideas into their own manifestation through the use of being one with all, or having this whole democratic view of being with each other to vote with each other against certain politics, like people having power over the world, like people voting together and banding together to make sure Europe doesn't have any power, or some groups of people who are against yoga and against vegans and what the whole story of yoga is, and how it's not really American and it's Asian. Now, this is a big topic that no one talks about, because what people do here in the United States is that they say that someone from the Indian subcontinent is Asian, but what they actually mean is, like, a stereotypical Asian would be someone like Chinese descent, Sino descent. Not to be racist, but these are the terms that are separating and categorizing different groups of people all across the world. Now, they're like Africanoids, Native Americans, and Anglo-Saxons, Germanic, Nordic, White Aryan. There's a whole bunch of white races, and there's like nothing else other than the fucking four categories of Native American, African, Indian, and Chinese, or Sino. I don't think anyone is Chinese, but living in the United States of America here, for it to be easier for society to demonstrate their knowledge of what these groups of people are capable of, or what they're stereotypically known for making money for and with, is either these groups: Indian, Chinese, Black, and Hispanic. The consensus is like that. You have to check either Asian, African American, Hispanic, or your Anglo-Saxon, Caucasian. So these are the whole socioeconomic parables, methods, and things that affect the whole society, where you're able to figure out how to make money. You're given the opportunity, so long as you coincide with society and you don't infringe on constitutional rights, and you don't really end up in prison. A lot of people end up in prison. I would say it's a small number of people that affect the whole European society that is established here in the United States of America, that's no longer a part of America. Now, people that I've contacted to get my lawmakers and my government officials to do something for our groups of people, because we're not represented. We're represented as Indian, not Asian, but we have to check the Asian consensus checkbox. They say they have established the United States of America in the 1800s, 1600s. But I don't even care about American history anymore. But honestly, if I think about it, today's day is more like having to assert dominance of America's interests to the public, to Europe, and make sure America's not in a position of financial turmoil, either because of all this housing of different nationalities throughout the world, or them not wanting you to perceive pursuit of happiness because it is their intellectual ideas through Thomas Jefferson of ancestral and generational ideation. It doesn't matter. People are here to make sure that they're the ones who are successful. It's called capitalism, and it's a really easy but difficult system. And the only way to make it easy is to have backing, which is like voting, and you vote here and you make sure that everyone is on your side, and they're able to give you money, and they're able to make their own money, so that you one day could possibly collect and be a service to them and be a company to them, to make sure that you understand everything is in motion for the economy. Now, when I say I tried to get in contact with these people, I honestly contacted them. I said, hey, listen, you people are literally sitting there collecting taxpayer dollars. There are a minority that's new to the nation, where yoga has swept the world, where the terrorist attacks have swept the world, where Chinese manufacturing has swept the world, and all this coincides with the Asian checkbox and the consensus. Now, the whole thing is supposed to be easy, where you're supposed to make money, but apparently if you are too successful, people will band together and take you down, so you are left with nothing. There are other prominent religious groups, other prominent civil rights movements, and other socioeconomic relations that are prevalent in today's society with the amount of voting power that people have. But in reality, if you find the average person on the street driving, or if you're just walking down the street, they either know a lot about the whole socioeconomic situation, or they don't know squat, and they're trying to figure it out, messing shit up, or being a big solution to the problem. Now, the big solution to the problem, those people are about like 1%. And even smaller, the people who get all the information from the people of the United States of America, immigrants, citizens, people on visas, whoever contacts them, they have to collect this information and figure out what to do about it. But the problem here is that they go on about and ask themselves, well, what do I do about it? I'm getting paid all these taxpayer dollars. I'm sitting on this senator salary. I'm sitting on this congressman's salary, this official salary for the government, but I also don't know what to do about it. So what they do is they relay it back to society, and society has to think it over again. And the people who are able to conceive the concept that they are trying to figure out off the request or complaint, they're like, oh, that makes sense. And they take a step forward and say, I'll do something about it. And that's only like 1%, another 1%. So then you have to revisit the whole conflict again, just to make sure that you're not this Asian who's supposed to be Sino, but is Indian, but is smart and successful and things like that, but won't give you a job because you don't fit the Western ideation of being Western. And people will give you money if they feel comfortable with you. A lot of people are not brave enough to give money to a company that they don't know, or if they feel like it's going to be a bad fit. People will be the first to try, and they'll spread out news about the company's experience, even though it doesn't match their cultural backgrounds, unless it's westernized, which is what a lot of Asians are today, westernized. I myself was a westernized Asian, but I broke out of that, and I realized after making my own company that these people are here to make a difference only for what they believe in individually. It is the constitutional right to have life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. I learned that from Hassan Minhaj on One Day. I never really watched his show, but still, they are trying to make millions of dollars, and the intellectual property that Asia has, that Africa has, that Hispanics have, are just literally feeding the European society, which is majority white, Anglo-Saxon, Germanic, Nordic, Caucasian, white Aryan, 5 different fucking races for white people. And it's just ridiculous because you're unable to achieve anything unless you're backed by having enough support. Now, people are swept away throughout the world with cultures they agree with. I think for me particularly, being Bangladeshi, I was growing up a Muslim. I'm now sort of Hinduish and Muslim at the same time. I sort of believe in multiple religions. I also believe in Buddhism and things like that. So I see the purpose of religion, but I don't care about it. But in reality, if you think about how to make money here, people are not comfortable spending their money where things or companies aren't well known. So there's a small group of people who are brave enough to figure out that these companies are beneficial to the world and it might be able to help. They spend their money, and these people are able to judge a company and rate them on a 1-star rating and fuck everything up, even if it means that these Western beliefs aren't in match with theirs, and they fuck shit up all the time. And then there's new technology that continues to assert these beliefs of America's interest and make sure that no one in the world challenges the United States, and this is causing problems in money markets, and people aren't making money, people are getting sanctioned, people are having to live an American lifestyle even though they live in different countries, and they want to live here but they know they'll be oppressed. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for listening. If you learned anything from this video, subscribe and hit that like button, and feel free to comment. I want to read what you guys think about what I said. If you do think about it, if you don't think about it, I don't really care at this point. Thanks for watching.